it's Debbie here and welcome back to my crafty den. So I am making my spring banner for over this doorway, and if you want to see how I did this, this is an easy project that anybody can do. So by all means, come along while I show you how I did mine. So the products that you're going to need for this project are these wooden plant labels. I get mine from Dollarama, but I'm sure other places must sell them, especially in the spring when people start putting in their gardens. And I've been stocking up on these because you get 10 in a package for $1.25, and they're really good quality. You also need some craft sticks. These are the small ones. A glue. You can use hot glue if you want to. I used my Weld Bond because I wanted this to be permanent. Any type of wood glue could do, or white glue. Any kind of type of white glue basically will do to hold this together because it's wood. You'll need paint in the colors of your choice. I used some cinnamon brown and white mixed together to get the color that I wanted. And I did a little bit of highlighting with this metallic Enrich Espresso. You'll also need some jute twine or ribbon or string to make your banner, to put your banner together. And as a little bit of decor after you're finished, you can decorate them with some paper flowers, little rosettes. You could, I used silk flowers and some bling on mine. And what else do we need? Oh, we need the wooden letters. These ones are 3-inch wooden letter pieces. So that's all you need for the, oh, one more thing, you need a magic marker. And to make the one that I'm making, this is what I used. So let's get right in and I'll show you how I've done it. I am taking 2 sticks and I'm laying them end to end. So I've got a point at this end and I've got a point at this end. And I'm just evening them out lengthwise and making sure that they're straight. Then I'm grabbing my scissors and I'm cutting another point following this one, just following that. So I'm cutting another point right here. And you can see I'm just using my Dollarama craft scissors that I got, and I am cutting through them. I'm making a point at both ends, just like this. And I'm going to use a package plus 2 out of the second package, I think, to do this project, because I need, every 4 stakes is going to make one section of, or make 2 sections of my banner, because what I'm going to do next is take them and I am going to cut them right in half. So I have 2 pieces just like this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take this one, put it on here, and I'm going to use it to cut. So I've got 2, 3. That one's a little bit crooked. I'm just going to straighten that up a little wee bit. There. And then I'm going to cut another one, and I'm just going to do that until I have 24 of these. So I should get 20 of them out of my package of 10, and I'll have to use 2 more out of the other package. So I'll be back when I have these all cut to length. So I've got these all cut, and I've got enough for 6 pieces. So with 4 strips in each piece, I'm going to have this wonderful banner section. So using my Weld Bond, and I've got a whole jar full of just the small craft sticks, I am going to glue my craft sticks to these. I think I want this to be the front, so I'm going to roll this over. I was getting my good side there to see, but yes, this is definitely going to be the back. You can see how these are pressed out. The back is a little more rough around the edges. So all I'm going to do is put a popsicle stick, or craft stick as we call them, on there. That just grabs almost instantly, and it will dry to the most permanent bond because I'm using this Weld Bond. I love this little tube. And I'm going to put one right there. And I'm going to do that for all 6 of these. So I'm going to throw down a rag here so that I can paint these. And what you have when they're, and these are dry, like by the time I was done gluing the 6th one together, the first one was pretty much dry. So this one's got a little bit of a flat tip to it, but that's okay. And they do just look like little sections of picket fence. So you could do all kinds of things by gluing these, making them in sections and gluing them together. You could put 3 of them together like this, like this, and paint them up like a fence and make a little scene in front of them. There's all kinds of things that you could do with these. So I'm going to take that one and that one and put them back over there. They're not quite 100% dry, and I'm going to start on this one. So I'm going just to take my paint. So I'm going to start with some white, and I'm just going to use my craft paints. This is just acrylic white from the dollar store, and some Deco Art, just acrylic crafter's paint, and this is in cinnamon brown. And then I've got some of this metallic rich espresso, which is a really pretty shiny, and I'm going to, just in this plastic tray, I'm just going to squirt some of that, and I am going to put in just a tiny bit of this brown, just like that, and see what makes. I'm just going to use the end of a paintbrush to stir this up, and it should make a nice light kind of cinnamon and sugar type of color, which is kind of what I'm going for. I don't have a brown like this, so that's good. Wipe that on my rag and put it back in, and I'm going to just take this loose bristled sheep. You get a bunch of them in a set, and I'm just going to take these and I'm going to paint my fence pieces, which are, turn them upside down, they're going to be banner pieces. There's a little piece of wood, and I am going to, let's mix this up a little bit better. It's kind of a buff is what I'm going for, with a pink undertone to it because it's pretty. So that's kind of what I've got. Make sure you get your outside edges. Now I'm going to have to mix more paint, and it probably won't be exactly the same color each time I mix it, but that's okay. The different shades will be fine. I'm going to put some paint across the top of this, but when I'm done, I don't actually think the top will show, and I'll show you why when I'm done. But I am going to get these little points because these little points will show. So I'm going to paint these all up. You don't have to sit and watch me do it all, but by not mixing the paint completely, you get a little bit of a streaky look. And that's good. That's kind of what I want. So I'll set this one over here. And I'm going to do the, and you can see this one, I wanted the bottoms to be as close together like as straight as possible. And you can see I got one that's a little bit longer and a little bit shorter here. It probably cut just a little off center, but that's okay. I'm putting something across the top of these, so that'll be okay. So I'm going to finish painting these, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do with them, what my next step will be. Okay, these are drying. They're not quite dry. There's hair on that one. Let's get it off. An eyelash was on there. But they're starting to dry, and they definitely have the wood grain look to them. You can still see the wood grain through, which is really nice. I like that. So before they're completely dry, I'm going to take this Deco Art. I'm pretty sure I got this at Dollar Tree or Dollarama, because that's where I buy all my craft paints. I think it was Dollar Tree that had a bunch of the metallics one day, and I bought a bunch of different ones. But this one is Rich Espresso, and it's kind of, it's not quite a gold or a copper, or it's kind of a different look. But I'm going to take this fan brush, and I am just going to put a little wee bit on the end of this fan brush, and this is still wet. Now let's see, I want to dab a little bit of this off, and then I'm just going to and that's all I'm going to do, and I'm going to use that to give this a little bit more wood grain look. Just a little bit, and it's a shine too, just a little shine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pour a little bit more into my cap. I'm not even going to pour it out. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll pour it into my tray a little wee bit. It might be easier. I know I'm going to use such a little bit of this that I didn't want to put too much out. So I'll just go through it. Put it on my brush, wipe it off my brush. So this is just what I'm doing. I'm just kind of doing this, so there's not much there. And then I'm going to, oh my goodness, my favorite color is cat hair, I think. That's for sure. There. Very, very lightly. This fan brush is perfect for this. It doesn't take much. There, I don't want too much. I'm just kind of giving it that wood grain look again. Let's do the next one. So I've got them kind of the way I like them, and I'm just going over the pointed ends and dragging up to kind of define those a little wee bit. Just a little bit. I'm not putting any more paint on my brush. I'm just leaving what's on here. Oh, it pressed a little bit harder there. I'm getting the paint further up the bristles as I run out. That's what I have to do, I guess. So they're coming out kind of pretty. I really like them. This one could use a little bit more here. I might put a little wee bit more on. I like that shadowed look at the bottom. Now, paint color and style is entirely your own personal choice. I didn't get this one painted down this side. but do it the way you like it. You don't have to use my colors. This is just going to go well with what's on my walls and in my room, so I like it. So there I have them, and I'm definitely going to let them dry. So they're like this. Now my next step is going to be painting the numbers. So for that, or for the letters, not numbers, letters. So all I'm going to do, well, I've got my tray right here and all of my stuff, and I'm going to take this little brush, throw a little bit of white paint at the other end of this tray, and start painting these. I'm going to do the first one white and see how I think it looks first. Now this is definitely going to show around the edges, so don't forget when you're painting your letters that these edges have to be done. Oh, excuse me. I am, if you can hear that kind of rushing noise, wind noise, or whatever it sounds like to you in the background, I have a huge pot of maple sap simmering on my stove. We've been boiling some of it outside, and then we're only boiling it down to a certain point, and then we're bringing it in and dumping it all together in a big pot, and I'm finishing it on my stove. So it's fairly humid in here right now, not to the point that the water's running down the windows like it did the last time, but yeah, it's boiling down, and it smells wonderful in here. It's too bad that videos didn't have smell-o-vision, because it smells really, really good. So the letters are drying, and they're all painted white. I think that's what I'm going to go with. I'm not sure. But in the meantime, I have taken my punch, and I have punched a hole in the top right and the top left corner of each piece. Now this step isn't necessary. You could just take your jute or your ribbon or whatever it is and hot glue it across the back, because these things only weigh a couple of ounces, and hot glue will hold a piece of string or whatever you're going to hang these with, and it'll be easy. But I'm going to string mine, and I am going to clip off, trim for a nice straight edge there. So I'm going to put a piece of jute for that farmhouse look. I'm just going to put a piece of it's jute peel and stick ribbon. I've had this for quite a while, but I think you can get it at Dollar Tree, I believe. I'm not exactly sure if that's where I got it or not. But so what I'm doing is putting it right at the top, just like that, and pressing it down, because it just gives it, I think it just gives it another little farmhouse touch, a little bit, and it kind of makes this look a little straighter across the top. So I think I need to trim that little point off right there, because it's sticking up a little bit, and I'm going to put a piece right across here. So I'm doing this on all 6 pieces. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one. So I'm going to trim this piece down a little bit so that it doesn't stick up. I am going to trim that off a little wee bit there. Or maybe I'm going to put that there and I'm going to move this up a little wee bit. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to make it shorter than the other ones. There. There. So now that's what they look like. Before I forget, I have to take my punch, line it up and punch it through again. There. So that I have my holes here, and my jute will go behind here but come out here and here, so that these will be adjustable when I do it. So I think that looks good on there, the white on the, but the only thing is I'm still trying to decide whether I want to go around these in black so that they'll pop. I guess I could do one and then decide. Get my marker. And I'll just go around this with a marker, just like this. It kind of gives it that farmhouse feel again. The whole, whoa, see, that's what I was afraid of. It gives it kind of that chipped enamel feel for the letters, I guess. Maybe I'll do that. Sometimes you gotta fix a mistake with something that you weren't even intending to do. So I'm gonna go around these all. So these are all dry. This is stuck down, and I'm gonna stick the letters down. I actually do like the white a lot better now that it's bordered in the black, and it kind of gives it that look of a chipped porcelain, not a porcelain, you know, but you know, the porcelain on metal, farm style, those old bowls and pots and things. I love it. So this is going here. Trying to center them, and I'm going to try to make sure that they're all like really close to the top, just about 1/4 of an inch from the top of the letter to the burlap. I just want it to be nicely centered. There. I'm just going to set them aside and let them dry while I go and look for some bling to put on them. So I'm trying to figure out how much I want to embellish these, and I don't think very much. I love this just the way it is, but I do have some of these petals from the Recollections flowers. But I think I'm going to take my glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit down on the S, and put a flower and a little bit more. And then I'm going to put this nice amber colored center on it. Just like that. And push it down. Whoa, that was really sticky. I'm going to put this in the center first, I think, and get it stuck down, and then I can put the glue on the back. As you can see, I'm trying to put them in a different spot on each one. I don't think they need to be doubled. I think single is enough. It's just for a tiny little bit of springtime embellishment. And I don't want them to be the focal point. The letters are the focal point, I think. This is going down here now. So I'm quite happy with the way that this is turning out. I really like these pieces of wood from Dollarama for doing projects. They are so amazing. To me, it's just a better product than the regular craft sticks. And it's kind of thinking outside the box. And one more of these little centers. There. And I actually think I'm going to put another one on here. Because the I is such a small letter, I actually think I'm going to put another one at the bottom. There. Yes, I'm happy I did that. So once this is dry, all I have to do is string them and put them up. And what I'm going to do to string them, I am going to take my jute twine and I am going to put it down through the left-hand side and up through here so that the long part of the string, I'm using jute twine, you can use whatever you like, but I am going to run it like this, and then I better stop because with my luck, I'll pull all my flowers off trying to do this before they're dry. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run it down through and back up, and then down through and back up, and I'm going to do that until I have all my letters on my twine. Here it is. I've just hung it up above this door. Yeah, so I just think they're really, really cute. And this could be done with any letters for any season. You could put anything up there. You could make a smaller banner and put happy, which I think I may. And you could put Easter on there instead of spring. You could put Merry Christmas in the same type of banner, you know, just using different colors. And yeah, so I think this is a really good project. So if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and share. And by all means, if you're not already a subscriber, hit that button so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a great day. Bye-bye for now.